Greetings, Abhar, Namaskar, everybody, whoever is watching. मैंने जनकी टॉक्स पर मेरे पार्टनर के साथ टू ब्लूम ANBLP लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म तरफ से हम सब बहुत बहुत अभिनंदन करते हैं। हम दोबारा आपसे मिल रहे हैं और कभी में आपसे और मिलने वाले हैं बिकॉज हमारे साथ बहुत खूबसूरत और बहुत ही इम्प्रेसिव लाइन ऑफ जानकीज जुड़ती जा रही हैं और जो लोग हमारे साथ इस प्रोग्राम को ऑफलाइन लेके जाने में हमारी मदद कर रहे हैं, इस संवाद को, संचार को एक्चुअली में वो ग्राउंड पर उतार रहे हैं, उन सबका बेहद शुक्रिया। चाहे वो हमारे वेन्यू पार्टनर्स हैं, चाहे वो हमारे साथ जुड़े हैं एज हमारे सोशल मीडिया पार्टनर्स या हमारे गिफ्टिंग पार्टनर्स, चीफ गेस्ट हैं जो आप कर रहे हैं, उन सबका तहे दिल से स्वागत है। हमारे जो नॉमिनी बॉडीज हैं उन सब की कोऑपरेशन बहुत 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 थैंक यू है और साथ साथ कंप्लीट टीम जो इसको सपोर्ट कर रही है, वॉइसइट की एंटायर टीम, मंक जो कंप्लीट क्रिएटिव अंडरस्टैंडिंग, उनका भी बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया। और आज हमारे एक बहुत ही स्पेशल इज हियर एंड हर नेम इज सलोनी Ramani. We're going to talk to her and get to know her. Hi, hello करते हैं।
Hi, so happy to have you here, and I am also here.
That's beautiful. So before we start, people, अगर आपने इसको like, share, subscribe किया है जरूर करिएगा। I mean share बाद में कर सकते हैं, subscribe करिएगा, मिस मत करिएगा। और इसके साथ सलोनी मैं थोड़ा सा आपको बताना चाहूंगी। So we love those who serve the most. Those individuals, and she's very dear and special. Besides being a soul and a nutritionist and a therapist and the kind of philanthropy, the kind of accolade has to her credit, I just feel that she's the most beautiful souls that you can. Saloni Ramani, we welcome you at and we're very proud to have you.
Thank you.
Pradeep ji, would you like to say something?
Yeah, thanks, Amna. I welcome Saloni on board, of course, to discussing on how the Junkie Talks is and how we can break the bias, discussing on the pointers that how, why, when we can actually enable the taboo and topic. ज्यादा से ज्यादा बातें इसी मुद्दे पर रहेंगी कि किस तरीके से हम उन आइस ब्रेकर इवेंट्स को जो है, तो जैसे हम कल भी बात कर रहे थे और हम आगे भी बात करते रहेंगे, जब ब्रेक द आइस की बात हो रही है तो वो आइस ब्रेकिंग शेड्यूल्स हमें शायद बनाने पड़ेंगे और वो शेड्यूल्स जो है सब लोग अपने अपने तरीके से, अपने अपने मॉडल्स के हिसाब से, अपने अपने डोमेन एक्सपर्टाइज के हिसाब से लोग उस पर काम कर रहे हैं। हम जानना चाहेंगे कि आप जिस क्षेत्र में या जिस लोगों के साथ काम कर रहे हैं वहाँ किस तरीके से ओवरकम करने की कोशिश करते हैं लोगों के साथ में, कि जो बायसेस हैं आपके निजी जीवन में या आपके प्रोफेशनल में, जो भी बायसेस आते हैं, क्या हम रियली में कोशिश कर रहे हैं उन बायसेस को एड्रेस करने की या उसको चैलेंज को टेकअप करने की?
I lost you in between. एक बार आप अपना क्वेश्चन रिपीट करेंगे? There's some explanation. हाँ जी.
Just simply I am asking, आपके पर्सनल लाइफ में, आपके प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में जब कभी भी ऐसे इवेंट्स आते हैं जहाँ पे हमें लगता है कि this is the point, high point that where we need to break the bias. So how you are taking up those events or on those occasions?
जैसे events like जैसे Janki Awards and these kind
not events like Janki Awards. आपके प्रोफेशनल लाइफ में कई बार ऐसा हुआ होगा कि जहाँ पे आपको लगा होगा कि नहीं, this is somewhere we are biased off.
Right.
है, तो यहाँ से निकलने का क्या रास्ता है या उसको किस तरीके से हम एड्रेस कर पाएंगे?
Right. So पहली बात तो मेरा ये मानना है that I am all for women empowerment, and at the same time I really value the feminine qualities also. जो एक नारी की जो क्वालिटी होती हैं वो itself इतनी पावरफुल और इतनी ब्यूटीफुल है, तो हमने उसको आजकल जो एक ट्रेंड है, हमने एक मैस्कुलिन नीति से उसको कवर अप करने की कोशिश करी है, which I feel is a feminine movement gone very haywire, you know. So जब भी ऐसा कुछ मूवमेंट होता है मेरी लाइफ में, थ्रू माय पर्सनल सेशंस, जैसे मैं वर्कशॉप्स करती हूँ, सेशंस करती हूँ, एंड समहाउ बाय ग्रेस दैट मैंने मोस्टली वुमेन के साथ ज्यादा काम किया है. सो मेरा ये मोटिव रहता है कि वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट तो देनी ही है, मतलब जो उनके अपने बैरियर्स हैं अबाउट देमसेल्फ, दैट they need certain permission, they cannot do this, they cannot do that, वो सब हटा के yet उन्हें रियलाइज कराना कि आदमी का अपना रोल है और आपका अपना रोल है, और आप हैंड इन हैंड ही आगे बढ़ सकते हैं. किसी को ओवर पावर करके हम आगे नहीं बढ़ते. ओवर पावर करके एज अ कम्युनिटी ब्रेक ही होती है, कम्युनिटी बनती नहीं है. सो मेरा ये मोटिव रहता है, जब मैं अपने सेशंस भी करती हूँ या अपनी पर्सनल रिलेशनशिप्स में भी होती हूँ या काम कर रही होती हूँ औरतों के साथ, तो मेरा एक इंटेंशन रहता है उनको उनकी फेमिनिटी पे एजुकेट करना, उनको ये रियलाइज कराना कि ये जो कंडीशनिंग है दैट वी आर लेस, दैट डजंट एग्जिस्ट. एंड ये जो आइडिया हमारे अंदर डाला जाता है बचपन से ही कि वी नीड समबडी टू टेल अस यू नो हु वी आर, एंड हमें कोई परमिशन चाहिए लाइफ में कुछ करने के लिए, ये सारे आइडियाज ब्रेक करो. येट एट द सेम टाइम आपकी लाइफ में जितने
They think there's a network glitch. I think we have a little. So जब तक I think वो connect होता है, I would just take this forward. मुझे लगता है कि जो
that you have to operate from a certain weakness, or that how patriarchally इतनी condition हो गई woman that ये ही करेगा और ये औरत नहीं करेगी. That doesn't exist. Equality means that freedom दोनों की birth right है. Freedom to take your decision, freedom to walk wherever you want to, freedom to take your career in various directions, freedom to choose whatever you want to choose in life without thinking about anything. ये male और female दोनों के पास equally ही है और होनी चाहिए. This is for me is empowerment. And at the same time respecting each other's qualities and roles what we have for each other in the society.
Right. So Saloni, if I may lighten this up a little, because the question is absolutely right that we have to talk about break the bias. We have to but honestly, woman lifting, or uplifting, that's one thing that we're definitely addressing and we are talking about, right? Filter or no filter,
True.
the woman is worth it, right?
Right.
So what I'm trying to address here and ask is that first let's get to know you. Okay, we'd like to know you. Tell us about you as a person, your background, your hobbies, and then we progress forward and we'll talk a little more serious stuff.
Okay. So, like how you had beautifully presented me, that I am into soul coaching. I'm a mind body soul coach. I have ran a wellness studio where I almost used to deal with 100 women in a day, dealing with their physical, emotional problems and leading them to the spiritual values also. So that I have done it for the decade, and then I did a lot of workshops, events during this meantime. It organized a lot of retreats as well. So there was a lot of inner calling in me to focus more on healing and counseling and leading people towards the betterment of their mental health. So that motivation drove me to completely shut my studio for some time and completely focus on my healing and coaching, which is what I'm doing right now. And so I do a lot of relationship counselings, and I have personal sessions, I do workshops, I help with their
Good thing to note here, of course, what Ramani was saying.
So this is what my idea is, to create human beings who operate with a lot of divinity, who operate with a lot of integrity. So मेरा motive यही रहता है create करने का. And yet personally I am I'm inclined towards many things. I have been into dancing, so I do dancing as my passion, as my stress buster, as my connection to the divine, and also I'm into a lot of my own practices with my meditation, self-reflection. I do write poetry sometimes. I like reading a lot. I like to read mind a lot. So I like it. Basically, I'm an explorer and explorer on a journey.
So I'm going to pick it from here. Why? Because see, you said like love to read. That's very fascinating. So navigating through the dramas, illusions, the maya of the kai,
Yeah, yeah.
I think we all do. But then again, when we engage this, what we are into as soul coaches, life
Hmm.
coach, whatever we may say, therapists per se,
Hmm.
we definitely understand that woman empowerment is also about your inner personal growth, right?
True, true.
We understand that we, like I said, women lifting or uplifting, that's all about the sisterhood. The
Hmm.
hate thing that you said when Pradeep ji had asked you the question, that it's true that it's going in a very different direction today, that
Hmm.
don't understand the amount of one appreciation or accreditation that probably your own set of people give you as women. I'm saying, your women colleagues, they tell you. How would you really wrap this into this scenario, and what are your thoughts on it?
Since I have the signal issue, I lost you in between again. You just tell me the question once more.
Yes, I think we are losing you in between.
Yeah, yeah.
After I
Um,
think,
I think I'm at 4G. I'm not in the Wi-Fi, so it shouldn't be a problem.
okay. So I was just saying that, simply put, just tell me that what is your take on today's understanding of woman empowerment in context women lifting or uplifting?
Hmm. Okay. So,
We do have.
and also, creating this kind of mindset that nurturing and taking care of the house is not worthy job as getting money on the table. Because if we go back to the olden times, it was always a teamwork, you know that so kitchen was also, doing a kitchen work was also equally respectful as bringing the money on the table, if we go back to a very very olden times. But now, this kind of this nurturing and leaving your career to help to help your baby for a 1-2 year gap is not, it's not really said thing. But somehow I feel it's a very deep, subtle programming. What we have created, it is something a second grade job what we are doing. So women who prioritizing a nurturing job over getting more money on the table is something considered a very second world country problem, or it's a very rotten conditioning what they feel. But I also feel that we live in times where women are educated enough and empowered enough, or whatever you want to call it, that they're head on head and shoulder to shoulder everywhere, whichever field we go.
Mm.
So if we let the woman be with her innate skills and respecting what she's bringing also on the table, is should be the new narrative now. Because we have seen, I'm sure you are in this profession and I'm also in this profession, and we see people and relationships from all aspects of life and all walks of life. So women coming too much in the masculine role in the name of women empowerment is not helping anyone, not even men. It's not even helping men to evolve, to
Mm.
deal with women who are very empowered. सो आई ऑल्सो फील दैट हमने औरतों और लड़कियों को तो बहुत एम्पावर करा है, बचपन से ही कंडीशनिंग डाली जाती है कि कि यू हैव योर करियर, यू हैव योर दिस, व्हिच इज ऑल फाइन. बट एट द सेम टाइम, आर वी एम्पावरिंग आवर मेन to change their conditioning about women, what they have?
Yes, so we'll wait, and we're going to make sure that you don't get to see the network glitch somehow when we uh, fill this up.
Stage that we don't even have a concept of women empowerment, कि इस concept की भी lead ना पड़े. because we don't have a concept of men empowerment. We have a concept of women empowerment क्योंकि पहले डाला जाता है दिमाग में आप वीक हो, now आप इस weakness से लड़ो in the name of women empowerment. Why do we even tell any boy child in the family also that woman is weak or woman needs empowerment? Nobody needs.
That is what actually I must say the break the bias. Whenever we are trying to speak about the break the bias, why we are telling or why we are saying only about the
women, right?
Let the society to empower first. Let the society to think first.
Yeah, I really feel that it's high time that it's about creating the balance of the masculinity and femininity in society. And in the name of women empowerment, we should not go in the wrong direction. And the intention should be that actually women should not need any empowerment because they are how men are empowered from birth. Women are also empowered from birth. This should be the narrative in the future generation.
I agree, and I'd love to add to this that those who are watching and when they watch this, exactly as Saloni ji here said and Pradeep ji also mentioned, why collectively we don't understand that the effort would be stronger and better. The next question, honestly, I had in mind for you was that when we talk about Shakti, when we talk, because this is Nari, you're saying this is the gifted one, yes, but this is about who the riser is by the end of the day, and the inner force by the end, talking about the empowered woman that we together, whether she's handling, the material side of the world, or she's taking care of the, engagement that she has to handle at home.
Yeah. It should be both looked from the equal eyes. This is the new narrative what we have to bring in.
Absolutely. And I was about to ask that, you answer that. So, moving ahead, okay, tell me something. So, a little side to, let's navigate and let's go a little within for our audiences also to sort of get the taste of what we, sour and we enjoy, the nectar of life truly. Let's talk about how does, spirituality or this sense of understanding, when we say, suddenly somebody's in the Zen mode, or we say, the person is like that or this. That's also, I feel like, the bias, because everybody has their own way of like connecting with their own sacred deities and God and everything. So tell me something, how does spirituality helps you feel more empowered or brings you in that kind of space and light?
Yeah. So that's a very good question, Amna. I mean, because when I talk about real empowerment, I have always felt that spirituality and its practices has played a key role in making me the way I am today. And so when I say that how spirituality has helped me, so if you ask me what spirituality to me today is authenticity, owning up everything what you have, owning every emotion what you have, owning every experience what you have, in owning your strengths and weaknesses, how we own our strengths equally, and owning our weaknesses and what we call our shadow specs also very equal. Because when you own up to something, then only you can heal it, then only you can embrace it, then only you can move beyond that aspect of you. So when I say spirituality is about being complete authenticity, you come in your true skin and true colors. And also when you come in your true colors and you work with the shadow specs and you work with the Maya and the illusion and you start to see the white and black very clearly in life, you are able to connect to divinity within. And once you are connected within, empowerment is just a very small byproduct of it.
Correct, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. So inspiring.
That state, fearlessness and going beyond your barriers, and this immense trust on the universe and everything, and complete acceptance of all the drama and actions around what is happening or taking place in your scenario. Just comes in auto mode. There's no effort required if you're connected within, if you're connected with the whole.
True. And like you said, I believe in miracles. I believe in magic. I believe in you because I believe in myself more, right?
Yeah.
So inspiring change through this whole journey of, personal understanding and viability is what I think it's all about. But coming back to, course, we're talking something which is, uh, which needs attention of a certain kind. We see, with one lens, pretty much, when we talk about, or when we, cover a woman in a certain way. My question to you, Saloni, is that you deal with a lot of people, like coming from various backgrounds, and their challenges are very different in their journey, in their process. So, when you try and teach them, guide them, mentor them, what is that one advice you always give them to?
What is, sorry, no, I lost you. What is the one?
I'm saying, what is that one advice, that you give to all you to, get that sense of restoration back, we call it, or,
Okay. So, so advice is not something which is, one box fit all.
yeah,
It is something I have to see a person's understanding from where they are coming, from the place they are coming, and from which walk of life they're coming, what is the trauma they're operating at. So, after understanding and empathizing with their problem, I give my advices, and I do not take decisions from for others, of course, because I don't feel it's healthy. I just invoke their guru within. I just act like a mirror, and I let it, let that power of decisiveness, and let that power of to see the right, wrong, white, black as it is, come from within. I just reflect them as a clean mirror to them. But one advice which I usually start with everyone is to increase more sattvic qualities in them. When I say sattvic qualities, I talk about gratitude, which is the most key component to walk the spiritual path. And I talk about, how self-care, self-love, and, respecting this body as a temple is the first step to walk any path you want to tread on. And also to not operate from the ego and their identities and their trauma, to start seeing things beyond your trauma. And so that comes later on. But so the base is कि उनमें सत्वा और बढ़ाना है, सत्वा qualities और बढ़ानी है, तो naturally they'll be able to take higher road in their life than taking a very offshore road for their improvement.
एब्सोल्युटली। तो वही बात है कि प्रदीप जी, जैसे हम बात कर रहे थे, माला और भाला दोनों का साथ हो, तो बाला वाली बात है कि यू कैन डू इट, यू कैन ऑलवेज डू इट। एंड यस, जब आप अपने गुरु से, विच विद इन, व्हेन यू डाइव इन, यू गो विद इन, दैट्स वेयर योर जर्नी एक्चुअली ends, I feel, and starts to. So, collectively said, we can go on and on. Pradeep ji, please add to the conversation and your thoughts and questions.
Good to know that how Saloni ji said actually. She is believing that whenever we are talking about the empowerment, it is more about the wholeness of community and the family first. And of course, individual are the different entities. They have different set of privileges, which are very much prevalent in that. And still, men, women, men to men, woman to woman, even neighbor to neighbor, they can head on. They can go head on head, soldier to sailor, but try to respect mutually and empower to make people to get empowered mutually. That is what actually she said as if now. And as far as her journey towards her spirituality is concerned, I do see spirituality in one form only, that is trying to get the essence of self first. Because if we try to get the essence of self first, then only we can resonate any of the practices or any of the learnings. So it's good that she is doing an amazing work on that. Over to you, Aman.
Thank you. And Pradeepji, I would just add here that, when we talk about the oneness, or we talk about consciousness and all of that, there are aspects that are relative, yes, but what Saloni is really doing, she's doing at a level wherein she's trying to not just like offer spirituality in a certain wrapped box. She's catering, and so am I. What we're trying to do here is that we're trying to empower women yet again and breaking the bias in a certain way. As she said, she customizes everything. It is a tedious job. When you have to sort of understand and decode a person's dream. Saloni, correct me if I'm wrong,
Yeah,
please.
you're rightly putting it up.
Yeah. So it's like we have to decode those dreams. You have to go through those past life aggressions. You have to see all of that and then devise something for that person or whoever is coming to you. Whether it's in a person with a certain kind of experience going. It is something that drains you completely, and especially when you're a therapist,
Yeah.
it takes it away. It's a different ball game. But yes, then again, you're also doing it for institutions, organizations. We work together for Max, for Asian, for so many instances. We've done sessions together, and we realize that it's not easy. Even if you're offering a yoga session to somebody, and you're taking somebody in that trance mode, like when she came in, she had the Buddha at the back that we see all see, is exactly that. I think everybody in this chaotic world is trying to sort of come to that, how to get that sum back. हमारे वेदों में भी लिखा है कि वो सम जीवन में होना बहुत जरूरी है और वो वही सोम है, असली सोम ही वही. बट अगेन सलोनी, बैक टू यू. अच्छा, अभी हमारे एक ना छोटा सा सेक्शन होता है स्ट्राइकिंग क्विकीज. हम वो करना चाहेंगे आपके साथ, रैपिड फायर वाला क्विकी सेक्शन. यू गेम फॉर इट?
Okay. Yeah, of course.
Okay, so Pradeep ji, I wanted to start because very interesting है अभी एक दो दिन से ना. So you ask her एक दो, then I'll ask. Now I think we have Pradeep ji. There's a network glitch I think at Pradeep ji's end. So Saloni, in the meanwhile, why don't you share? Okay, tell me, what is the one book that you're reading right now?
One book I'm reading Patanjali Yoga Sutras.
Achha,
I read it long back, maybe some years back, and somehow I had this desire to just read it now from this mindset, but I have to be.
okay, but
Yeah.
if you could tell me, is it interesting for audiences also? Just tell them a little about the book if you can.
It's a very heavy duty spiritual stuff.
All right, so people don't touch unless you are inclined and interested for it, right?
Yeah, but I'm also, so I do 2-3 multiple reads. I'm also reading on indigo children.
All right.
And yeah, so children who are very sensitive, children who are too way up mentally and emotionally for the world. So it's a book about them. And otherwise, what is one book which I've read recently, which we can discuss? Mostly spiritual stuff, but I've read so much in the past. If you have any book you want to pick up, I can discuss.
I'm sure you can, but again, as I said, we have this little time thing as well, wherein we have to ensure that we cover the best and take the best out of you, as you got so much to offer. So, those who are joining now, please go back, check Saloni Ramani's chat with us. Very insightful about how one can actually attain, let me put it this way, that even joy is a burden when you cannot laugh. That's what Saloni in her own little way and the good way possible is doing. She's trying to bring about that change and trying to heal people through ways and modalities that she understands completely, and we have to read back. So women empowerment is not just one segment wherein we're saying, what, ye rights hain, ye aurat ko dijiye. It's also about how your inner space is healthy too, right? So women living in safe, fulfilled, productive environment, whether internal or external, is what we are talking with Saloni Ramani today. So Saloni, my striking quickie to you is, you've just told me your book. Tell me, if I ask you beautiful or magical, what will you pick?
Beautiful.
All right, that you are, no doubt.
Okay.
Okay, so if I say, which is the favorite emoji that you use the most on your messaging and all that, what is that?
Okay, the favorite emoji.
Yeah.
Hug.
All right. Okay. All right. Wonderful. Great. Great. Okay. So I think, do we have Pradeep ji here? Yes, Pradeep ji. Please go ahead. I've asked my 3 quickies. It's your turn.
Okay, you are on the cookies.
Yes, sir.
So, Saloni, mango or banana?
Mango, any day. Had it today only. Summer and mangoes are like the best part of summers.
So, winter or summer?
Summer any day, hands on. I get very clumsy in winters.
And Australia or England?
England.
Jai ho, Pradeep ji.
So, you know why I'm asking about Australia and England?
Why?
I think third occasion where I am asking about Australia and England.
Correct.
Do you know the exact rivalry between Australia and England?
No, I don't know. I just want to say, why did I choose England? Because I went for my honeymoon to England. So England is very special to me.
See, if someone is following the cricket,
okay,
they will understand why this Australia and England question is again and again coming.
Okay.
They have the better rivalry as compared to
Okay.
India.
I hope they didn't come up with the mind and said what was the favorite holiday destination.
Actually,
yeah. So just for an easy note, because Amna and Saloni, you both are having a same professor.
I think we happen to have a little net. Yeah. Pradeep ji, you have to repeat again because we lost the network with you. Say again.
What I'm saying is, अगर मैं आप दोनों, because you both are from the same domain or same professional, आप लोग को एक केस स्टडी देता हूँ और वो केस स्टडी वुमेन एम्पावरमेंट पे ही है, ठीक है? What we are talking about the नारी शक्ति. एक महिला आप लोग के पास आती है और महिला कहती है कि मेरी जॉब चली गई और लास्ट 2 ईयर से मेरे पास जॉब नहीं. आप लोग बीइंग ए थेरेपिस्ट, आप उसको कैसे सलाह देंगे?
Amna, would you like to go first or should I?
Please, Saloni, please.
Please.
Okay. So, जैसे आमना और मैं दोनों ही मेटाफिजिकली वर्क करते हैं, so मेरा सोल्यूशन इस प्रेजेंट सिनेरियो से नहीं होता है. मैं उसका मनी से क्या रिलेशनशिप है उस लेडी का वो चेक करूंगी. एंड जो हमारा मनी से रिलेशनशिप होता है वो हमारी मैस्कुलिन सेल्फ से रिलेशनशिप होता है. अब और ये बहुत ही अच्छा ब्यूटीफुल क्वेश्चन है लास्ट में पूछने के लिए कि जो हमने टॉपिक शुरुआत में शुरू किया था ये उसका काइंड ऑफ कम्बरसम होगा किसी के अंदर. सो अगर एक औरत का मनी से रिलेशनशिप पुअर है तो नेचुरल है वो फाइनेंशियली स्ट्रगल करेगी, वो उसकी जॉब जाएंगी, वो एक स्टेबल करियर नहीं होगा उसके पास और मे बी ना उसके आसपास हस्बैंड फादर या ऐसा कोई फिगर हो जो एक बहुत ही बेटर स्पॉट में हो कि शायद वो इतनी इनसिक्योर फील भी ना करे, राइट? बट वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ वुमन हु वांट्स हर इंडिपेंडेंस, राइट, एंड शुड बी आल्सो. सो अगर वो उसका 2 साल से वो ट्राई भी कर रही है और उसकी जॉब नहीं है तो मैं उसके चाइल्डहुड ट्रॉमास चेक करूंगी एंड आई अंडरस्टैंड हर रिलेशनशिप विद हर फादर, जो हमारा पहला रिलेशनशिप एक मैस्कुलिन के साथ होता है. तो अगर उस और डेफिनेटली 101% वो कुछ ना कुछ वहां से मुझे इन्फॉर्मेशन मिल जाएगी और ये समझ आएगा कि उसका रिलेशनशिप मनी के साथ उसके फादर के अगेंस्ट जो उसके अपने मन में फीलिंग्स है या ओवरऑल एक मैस्कुलिन एनर्जी को लेके जो उसकी फीलिंग्स है वो वहां रिफ्लेक्ट हो रहे होंगे. सो अगर हम उस पर काम करेंगे तो जॉब मिलना विल बी अ वेरी नॉर्मल सी बात, क्योंकि बिकॉज एम इज द ओनली वे आउट. अगर आप इंटरनली अपने इमोशंस पे काम करते हैं आपकी बाहर की लाइफ ऑटोमेटिकली वैसे ही रियलिटी मैनिफेस्ट होना स्टार्ट हो जाती है. सो अगर इफ एंड चांस की बात है प्रदीप जी, मेरे पास ऐसी ऑलरेडी 2 औरतें आ चुकी हैं जो अपने
थोड़ा सा नेटवर्क का इशू है, बट सलोनी आई थिंक विल कम बैक for now.
How you are trying to do or you are trying to address on this?
See, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
जी. हाँ, carry on, please carry on, Saloni.
So that girl got the job after that. She got the career. She got into the company, in fact, what she was aiming at. So she took few sessions and she really reflected on her. Because हमारे अंदर भी masculine and feminine energy से ही हम बने होते हैं. So is a man is also made like that. तो कभी भी वो imbalance जब होगा, तो we attract these kind of problems in our life.
Absolutely. So,
same question to you. How you are going to address this?
You know, first, as she said correctly, thank you so much. I will not really delve into how I would really do it, because I would just tell you one thing, that, you know, when we talk about metaphysics or when we talk about that kind of science, my Twitter handle has it. It states very loud, you know, जैसे जिसकी कहानी, you know, वैसा उसका किरदार basically. And also that I dabble in the seen and the unseen, ideally. So जब कोई आता है वो अपने experiences लेकर आता है. It's not a collection of pictorial cards like I do tarot and all that. It's not just a collection of cards that you're playing with, right? If I'm doing Reiki or into healing mechanisms, ancient healings that we offer, it is more that one sees in the first place. So it may sound like, oh, you know what, ये क्या है, ये नया कुछ आजकल बहुत से लोग बोलते हैं. I'll be honest, and I've been asked at times that, and I tell them the same thing, that it may seem easy, but you don't understand what we try and help you uncover in the journey, in the process. So as she said correctly, we see everything. We tap into the energy of the person. So I'll just say that, you know, it's like I believe in miracles. I believe in the larger force, that's the universe. I also feel and know that we are not jaded at all, right? And we have the power within. That is where we dive in. That was my first book. It says I am Shunyam. I am actually Shunyam. The potential that it has is unbelievable. You don't know just how to tap it. That's what me and Saloni try and do, help do, in regards to healing people with their relationships, guiding them with their job issues. As you said, you've asked the question. I am not answering this because she answered it fairly, because it's not something in the box. You keep it and you know, put it through. But again, simplest thing is that you have to understand everything and then you sort of address the problem. जैसे हम पूरा जैसे आप पॉलिसी में और सब कर रहे हैं, तो आप सब कुछ देख कर समझ कर, you know, you will put across everything, right? Law and order को मद्देनजर रखते हुए. Similarly, I think in every sphere, क्योंकि हम लोग सिर्फ इस मेटाफिजिक्स या इस तरफ नहीं है, हमारे दूसरे एंगेजमेंट्स भी हैं, हमारा दूसरा एंगल भी है जो हम कर रहे हैं, जो हम संवाद कर रहे हैं या जो हम और काम करते हैं. तो बहुत कुछ है. आई थिंक दैट्स व्हाट द शक्ति इज ट्रूली अबाउट. विपदा से दहलाती नहीं, दहला देती है दिल जब अपने पर वो कहलाती शक्ति है. एंड दैट्स व्हाट वी आर एक्चुअली टॉकिंग and trying to ensure that. I am glad, Saloni, you said today. Many of the junkies who come in have said it in their own way, but you actually said it right, that, you know, why are we talking and why there's a need to say that women need.
Yeah, because, you know, Amna, last year I was at a Women's Day event itself. I was there as a guest. Yeah. And, you know, while I was at that event, you know, this thought came to me. What are we doing? You know, why there is a need? Why are we even, you know, बचपन से हम अगर एक घर में लड़का और लड़की है, भाई एंड बहन, बचपन से ही एक नैरेटिव सा सेट हो जाता है कि तूने अपनी बहन को प्रोटेक्ट करना है. You know, तू तो भाई है, वो बहन है. You know, it's an unsaid conditioning which is passed on, that this is the weakest sex, and which is not. अगर वो 9 महीने इतनी पेन सहकर एक बच्चा पैदा कर सकती है, she is not a weaker sex anyway. So why can't we create this that they both are anyway equal? You know, आज हम एक men empowerment की पता चले 10 साल बाद हम men empowerment करने जा रहे हैं, हमने इतनी women empowerment कर दी. So you know, let's create this balance there now. कि balance ही है already. You know, let's create this balance from day one, the day we have a boy or girl in a family.
लिटरली. एंड वही बात जैसे मैं बोल रही थी कि जो असली सोम है वो ये सम है ना, दिस बैलेंस ऑफ मैस्कुलिनिटी एंड फेमिनिटी. इट इज.
एंड आल्सो आई वुड लाइक टू ऐड वन थिंग. जैसे ना औरतों के साथ क्या हुआ है, जैसे एक चिड़िया है, आप उसे पिंजरे में डाल दीजिए. जैसे मेरे घर में मेरे बेटे ने ही गॉट अ पैरेट एंड हमने उसको थोड़े महीने पिंजरे में रखा. जब हमने उसको बाहर निकाला, वो उड़ता नहीं है क्योंकि वो भूल चुका है, उड़ना उसका स्वभाव है, you know. So this is what has happened with women. They have not realized their potential क्योंकि उनको इतना कंडीशन कर दिया जाता है कि उड़ना आपका स्वभाव ही नहीं है, वो चाइल्डहुड में कंडीशन कर दिया जाता है, which is why we are doing this women empowerment, जिसकी जरूरत ही नहीं है actually, because women don't need empowerment.
नहीं, वो बात तुम्हारी सही है कि कंडीशनिंग की बात बिल्कुल सही है, लेकिन ये भी फैक्ट है जैसे हम बहुत और लोगों से भी कनेक्टेड एंड वी ऑल सी थ्रू एक्सपीरियंसेस ऑल दैट, ग्रास रूट पर यू नो बहुत से ऐसे चैलेंजेस हैं जो औरतें फेस करती हैं और जाती हैं, बट वही बात है कि इन नटशेल यू सेड इट सो राइट दैट यू नो वो बैलेंस डे वन से ही हो, वो अंडरस्टैंडिंग पहले से ही हो, तो ये कंफ्यूजन और इसकी जरूरत ही ना पड़े। दिनकर जी की लाइंस हैं, मतलब मुझे अच्छी लगी थी, मैंने लिखी एंड इट वाज लाइक गुण बड़े एक से एक प्रखर है छिपे मानवों के भीतर, इसके अंदर ना नारी की बात है ना नर की बात है, ये तो नारायण की बात है ना, गुणों राइट। सो गुणों की बात क्यों ना करें, तुम मेरे गुणों की बात करो, मैं तुम्हारे प्रदीप तुम ये कहो कि हाँ सलोनी तुम कितना कमाल का काम करती हो, सलोनी तुम कहो कि यू नो आई एम सो ग्लैड प्रदीप जी व्हाट यू डूइंग, दिस इज शीराइज, दिस इज
totally
is where you know it becomes a beautiful balance and a beautiful community society, फिर मजा आता है। नहीं कैसी चर्चाएं,
बिल्कुल
yeah. So on these thoughts I feel Saloni it was wonderful having you, it was amazing connecting, it was that sisterhood vibe, yes. And आपने मुझे ना एक कोट भेजा था, अगर आपको याद हो, मन मोती दूध, जरा पढ़ सकते हो तो जरा सुनाओ हमारी ऑडियंसेस के लिए प्लीज।
I'll just read it.
Please, हाँ.
It really touched me and I only shared it one to people I knew who would understand.
But I wanted to tell this to people because this is the sat, if people get it.
Yeah.
You...
I'll just open this in my chat. ये कबीर जी है, I think.
Right. हमारी ऑडियंसेस को बता रहे हैं हम बहुत की चर्चा कर रहे हैं सलोनी रमानी जी के साथ, और जरूर सुनिएगा, देखिएगा, शेयर करेगा। आपने भारत लर्निंग प्लेटफॉर्म की इन्फॉर्मेशन नीचे है, और अकावोइसीटाउट को आप फॉलो कर रहे हैं, कू ऐप को डाउनलोड कीजिए, उनकी कोऑपरेशन को सराहिए, और वहां भी दोनों हैंडल्स को आप डेफिनेटली सपोर्ट करेगा। सलोनी के हैंडल्स की इन्फॉर्मेशन वुड सलोनी प्लीज।
मन मोती अरु दूध रस इनकी सेहत सुभाए, फट जाए तो ना मिले कोटिन करो उपाय।
Right. So
minds, pearls, flower, milk, juice, they look good as long as they are spontaneous and normal. But once they explode, they take million measures be real, they don't come back to their, you know.
Right. And the best bit is मेरा झुमका गिरा, right? Filter, no filter. The spontaneity of life is your moment to moment. What we are doing right now, what we're experiencing right now. This is the bliss of life. This is the joy of life. Amazing, amazing quote. Thank you, Saloni, for being here around. And God bless you with loads of abundance. Keep doing the good work that you're doing. And looking forward for having you with us at Janaki on the 1st of May at GL Bajaj Management Institute, Greater Noida, with so many other beautiful dignitaries, scholars, our guests, our collaborators, everybody. Can't thank you all for all your love and support. They were my closing thoughts. Thank you so much. Over to you, Pradeep.
Thanks, Saloni ji, for connecting us, supporting us.
Thank you, nice. It was nice pleasure to connect with you also, Pradeep ji.
Sharing your insights, how we can actually build up a system where building a person is more required rather than building a gender. So that's how I can take on from your sessions. Thank you for connecting. Thank you to all. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Pradeep.
Thanks.